Hello everyone, and welcome to the 8th episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Fugly, a weekly video series in which we quickly sum up our game reviews from the past week at GamingUnion.net. My name is Brian, and I'm here with Melissa.
On The Good, the Bad, and the Fugly, or GBF, we give short descriptions and our basic verdict for each game we reviewed in the last 7 days. These shows will be short and to the point, and if you want more info on any of the games we talk about, be sure to check out the full review on GamingUnion.net.
This episode will be summing up our game reviews from April 9th to the 15th, 2011. Even though the Dynasty Warriors franchise feels like it's been around forever, its debut on the PS2 was just a few years ago. However, Omega Force has just brought us the newest sequel to the PS3 and 360, Dynasty Warriors 7. The story follows one of 3 different paths from the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Depending which faction you choose to play as will give you a different take on the events during this historical period. The combat system has gotten a nice upgrade by allowing each character to use different weapons, rather than typecasting them into one like the previous games. We had hoped that Omega Force would have taken steps to keep Dynasty Warriors 7 away from the standard button mashing system, but unfortunately, once you find an effective combo, there's not much incentive to stray from it. But the graphical presentation makes up for a lot, as it's very clear that Dynasty Warriors 7 was built from the ground up to fully use the capabilities of the console. The online co-op mode was a wonderful addition for teaming up with your friends to take down some enemy heroes. We've decided that Dynasty Warriors 7 deserves a 7 out of 10. If you like the franchise, you'll definitely enjoy the improvements here, but hopefully they'll expand the gameplay in the next game.
Even though Ubisoft is rumored to be the 3rd largest video game publisher in the world, use extreme caution with their newest 3DS game, Splinter Cell 3D. This portable version is a simple port of the original Splinter Cell Chaos Theory game. As always, you take control of Sam Fisher as he attempts to stave off World War III. Even though the story is fairly solid, the rest of the game falls apart. While the standard core gameplay mechanics are present, the implementation of them are extremely cumbersome. The stealth mode is incredibly fickle and unforgiving. Equipping weapons is unnecessarily complicated, and the presentation is absolutely inexcusable. In addition, the replay value is practically non-existent, which we found as a good thing considering how difficult it was to play the game in the first place. Splinter Cell 3D is a rushed port that failed in almost every respect. Our 3 out of 10 is not subtle. Do yourself a favor and keep your distance.
Hothead Games has brought us a new title where creative killing is the name of the game, called Swarm, a PSN and Xbox Live Arcade installment. After a big blue orb crashes on a war-torn planet, you take control of up to 50 little blue bipedal aliens known as Swarmites. You collect DNA in order to build up the blue orb into a giant Swarmite that the others affectionately call Mama. The puzzles are very enjoyable and unique. However, some of the challenges can be infuriating, and the jumping mechanic can be rather dodgy, especially in a tight spot. But Swarm allows you to find new and creative ways to sacrifice your little blue companions. While that may seem cruel, it's actually quite entertaining. Even though the game may be short by some people's standards, we have given it a 7 out of 10. If you're looking for a game with mindless adolescent humor, Swarm may just be the game for you to download.
The PSP has been a console with some great puzzle games. However, the new title from Icon Games called Vertigo is not one of them. You'll be tasked with navigating a sphere-like object called a Zorb across various pitfalls and platforms to a predetermined goal. It's not a new concept and has worked well for other developers. There are multiple modes to play through, but the career and arcade mode are where most of the action is. 8 different worlds await you with the possibility of unlocking a 9th. However, the gameplay is difficult and unforgiving, as you have to master both speed and finesse. Fail in one and the level can become quite infuriating. The presentation of the game is its one saving grace, as each world is beautifully crafted and the music works well with the action on screen. While the concept is not a bad one, the implementation of it in Vertigo was so poor that it caused us to deem this worthy of a 3 out of 10. It probably goes without saying, but leave this one alone.
And that wraps up this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Fugly. We have an exciting list of reviews for next week, so make sure to check back in. If you want more info on any of the games we talk about, be sure to check out the full reviews on GamingUnion.net.
Be sure to subscribe to our different podcast feeds to keep up to date on all our shows. Just search for Gaming Union on iTunes, or you can download the episodes directly off of gamingunion.net.
If you have comments, suggestions, or discussion points, feel free to join us on the forums or follow us on Twitter. Our account is twitter.com/gamingunion. Until next time, my name is Brian.
And I'm Melissa.
And this has been a GamingUnion.net and TweaksMusic.com production.
You're looking like you think that I don't know, thinking that the signs of a lie don't show. Little by little you lie more, so I'ma give you something so you don't try no more. Oh my lord, what you gonna say next? Do anything for a little paycheck? I'ma tell you short, simple and basic. It really doesn't look like you're gonna make it. You make me sick with all your tricks. You just might slip, your feet lose grip. You're not that slick, I'm much too quick. You've broken something that you just can't fix. You know that oil and water don't